Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to discuss chapter 23 of Rizal's life. It is entitled Last Trip to Abroad. Disclaimer: this is made for educational purposes only. If I pronounce some words wrong, I am terribly sorry. From Dapitan to Manila. No longer in exile, Rizal had a pleasant trip from Dapitan to Manila. It was on July 31st of 1896. When the España, with Rizal on board, sailed northward. The next day, August 1st, Rizal reached Dumaguete, the capital of Negros Oriental. In Dumaguete, Rizal visited a friend, a former classmate named Herrero Regidor, who was also the judge of the province. Rizal also visited other friends, including the Periquet and Rufina families. He also operated the captain of the Guardia Civil during his stay. Then, the España left Dumaguete around 1 p.m. the same day. August 2, 1896. Rizal reached Cebu and was fascinated by the entrance of the city, which he even considered as beautiful. During his stay, Rizal did 2 operations of strabotomy and 1 operation on the ear, the other of 2 more. The next day, August the 3rd, Rizal left Cebu on his way to Iloilo. Yahoo! Rizal then landed at Iloilo, went shopping, then visited Molo Church. After a short trip in Iloilo, Rizal then sailed to Capiz for a short stopover, and then proceeded towards Manila via Romblon. Unfortunately, Rizal missed his ride going to Spain. The España arrived in Manila Bay on August 6th, not knowing that his ride to Spain had already left the previous day, August the 5th. He took this unfortunate incident with resignation and wrote a letter to Blumentritt. The letter says, "Unfortunately, I didn't catch the main ship for Spain. My stay in Manila for a month might cause trouble. So maybe Rizal knows what's up. We'll see." Near midnight, the same day, August the 6th, Rizal was transferred on Spanish cruiser Castilla by the orders of Ramon Blanco. General Blanco took Rizal in as a guest, not a prisoner, surprisingly. Well, this only to avoid conflict between friends and enemies, he said. While Rizal is staying on board in the cruiser Castilla, Katipunan is plotting about overthrowing the Spanish rule by doing a revolution. It was later discovered by Fray Mariano Gil, the Agustinian cura of Tondo. On August 26, 1896, Cry of Balintapak was set in action by Bonifacio. By August 30, they attacked San Juan in an attempt of getting a territory back, but they suffered from heavy losses. During the afternoon the same day, after the Battle of San Juan, Governor General Blanco proclaimed a state of war in the following provinces. Rizal read about the revolution through a newspaper on the Castilla. The same day, Rizal received 2 letters from General Blanco. These letters are the Minister of War and Colonies. Basically, these letters show that Rizal is not related from the outbreak of the Katipunan, absolving him from all the blame. On September 2, 1896, the day before his departure, Rizal sent a letter to his mother. The same day, Rizal was transferred to the steamer Isla de Panay. The next day, September 3rd, Rizal started his journey towards Spain. Among the passengers on board were Don Pedro Rojas, a friend of his and a rich Manila industrialist, together with his son named Periquen. By the 7th of September, Rizal reached Singapore and had a short stopover. He went out for sightseeing and shopping for souvenirs. He also observed something. He said on his diary, "There's more Chinese merchants and less Indians. Singapore had changed since I saw it for the first time in 1882. He also says that he bought a Chinese gown for some reason. I don't know, maybe he's flexing or something. When Don Pedro and his son disembarked at Singapore, he asked Rizal to stay behind too and take the advantage of the protection of the British law. Also, several Filipino residents who are staying in Singapore, headed by Don Manuel Cabos, went to the steamer, asking him to stay in Singapore to save his life. But Rizal for some reason declined the offer. Rizal continues to abide General Blanco's orders since Rizal received a word of honor from him, and he doesn't want to break it. On board in Isla de Panay, Rizal left Singapore on September 8, 1896 on his way to Barcelona. Rizal continued his journey without breaking the word of honor given by Blanco. Even Rizal himself, our smart hero, fell into a big problem. Rizal himself doesn't know that he will sail his own doom. Rizal thought that General Blanco allowed him to go to Spain to work as a physician surgeon for the Spanish army in Cuba, and that's all he knew. He didn't know that Blanco and the Minister of Foreign Colonies have been exchanging coded telegrams and messages for his arrest, and even calling him a dangerous Filipino. On September 25, Rizal saw steamer Isla de Luzon leaving Suez Canal camped with Spanish troops. 2 days later, on September 27, he heard from a passenger that there was a telegram from Manila reporting the execution of Francisco Rojas, Renato, and Osorio. A peaceful day on September 28, a day after the steamer left the port, a passenger told Rizal a very bad news, that he will be soon arrested by the orders of General Blanco himself, the guy he trusted the most, and he would be sent to prison in Suta, the opposite of Gibraltar. Unaware, Rizal was shocked by the news and quickly wrote a letter to his best friend, Blumentritt, stating the bad news. On September 30, 4 p.m., Rizal was notified by Captain Alemany that he should stay in his cabin until further orders. He followed the captain's order like a good boy. Wait, did I put that on script? What? October 3, 1896. Rizal arrived in Barcelona as a prisoner after his 30-day trip from Manila. While his cabin is being guarded, he looked at a small window seeing how beautiful the port of Malta is. He was guarded for 3 days. On his second day, while being guarded, Rizal woke up around 6 a.m. due to loud noises coming from the outside. It was the sound of the cannon being fired in honor of the feast of Saint Francis of Assisi. Rizal counted how many cannons were fired and recorded it on his diary. "I counted as many as 31 cannon shot," he said. I wonder why he recorded that. On October 6th, Rizal was awakened by the guards and took him to the grim, infamous prison fortress, the Montjuic. Yeah. He spent the whole morning there, and roughly around 2 p.m. he was taken out of the prison by the guards and brought to the headquarters of General Despujol. General Despujol interviewed Rizal for less than an hour and then told him that he would be shipped back to Manila riding the ship named Colon, which was leaving that evening. After the interview, Rizal was taken aboard the Colon, which was full of soldiers and officers and their families. He stated this on his diary. At around 8 p.m. of October 6, the ship left Barcelona back to Manila with Rizal on board. I think one of the most obvious value that we can get from this chapter is that even though you're smart or you know everything, you can still be tricked, just like how Rizal get tricked by the others. If there's a lesson that maybe teenagers can pick up from this chapter, it's that even though you're in a bad position, don't try to put yourself down even more. Instead, think of a way that you can turn around the situation. Like, you know, maybe Rizal didn't manage to turn around the situation. He tried the moment he heard the news that General Blanco will betray him soon. Rizal did something. Like, he wrote stuff on his diaries. He even sent letter to his best friend. So maybe you can do that too. I mean, online class is pretty hard. Classmates will turn you down sometimes. Teachers will turn you down. Your family might turn you down, but don't stop there. Think of something that you can do, that you can be proud of, maybe. And, you know, don't let those things bother you. Like, keep going. Hi everyone, this ends my part here on chapter 23 of Rizal's life. It's already 4 a.m. for me. I think I'm gonna catch some sleep. I hope you've learned something from this discussion. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.